Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kodash. Forgive me the spirit to the lesson on today. Lord, and feeds you, lamb and sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to give it by honor to the apostles and the elders, great millstone who taught us. It's 100% truth according to the spirits to be Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that their portion is word through the full corner of sincerity. To y'all say Shalom. And once again, I want to say call all Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kodash. Forgive me the spirit to do the lesson on today. Lord willing, it feeds you, lamb and sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. It's the brother War Guy out here at the GMS Dallas branch. And, you know, your brother's in transit. You know, I'm not going to go too crazy. You know, your brother's in transit right now. I'm going to try to pull a couple scriptures to the best of my ability. But I just want to go into this statement, you know what I'm saying, Contagia Brown made, you know what I'm saying? You know, Contagia Brown, you know, and I know she's, I think she's one of the women that's in the Supreme Court. I'm not exactly sure. But she made a statement because, you know, back then, because really I got this idea from the brother, if I'm saying it right, brother Amawar Gabar. Not Amawar Gabar. I think it's Adama Gabar. Slakia, I'm butchering the brother's name. But a brother had posted it. A brother had posted the clip of people talking about it on TikTok and things like that and what she said, you know. So I'm going to go into what she said. And I'm going to get this word real quick because the stage is being set for the persecution, man. You know, brothers been talking about it. We just got out of the Passover. We're in the Feast of Unleavened Bread right now. Brothers have been talking about it through the Spirit. The Spirit has been going out to prepare the minds of the men of the Lord, men, women, and children of the Lord about that persecution, man. The devil coming down with that great wrath, man. As it speaks about in 2nd Esdras, that violent, or it says it should be an insurrection against those that fear, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, how about Yahweh Shai? Insurrection going into a violent uprising, a protest, you know? So I want to read it. It says, hamstring the government, a vital narrative distorts Contagious Brown Jackson understanding of free speech, you know? So she had made a statement talking about how the First Amendment, right? Because when you go into the free speech, that's the First Amendment. How the First Amendment hamstrings the government. Now, if you don't know what hamstring means, we'll pull it up for you because I didn't even know exactly what it meant, but it says hamstringing. Cripple a person or animal by cutting their hamstrings. Severely, and other definition says, it's like it for the Winakim. The other definition says severely restrict efficiency or effectiveness of. And what is causing that? You know, I always bring up what Apostle Gabar said. You know, it's been a couple of years now. He said when there's universal deceit going on, the truth is a menace. So the prophets coming on the internet, pushing forth this word to the four corners of the earth, has affected Esau's plans. You know, it has affected Esau's plans, and he's saying that free speech cripples the government, which it was really, it's this truth being brought out is what's crippling the government. But through that First Amendment, the truth is able to be dispersed out through the four corners of the earth without him really having, him being able to just attack it and not being demonized because he's breaking his own laws, you know. But we all understand that, you know, those amendments and those Bill of Rights, Constitution are just mere pieces of paper, man. They don't mean nothing. They just there to make the citizens feel good about themselves, feel like they have some type of power, which they don't have no power. When you go into the word government, it literally means to govern or control the minds. But with this truth going out, the minds of the slaves, that's the key word, slaves, because he can care less about you heathens, man. It's all about the Israelites. It's all about the Israelites, man. I'm going to actually get that real quick because I want to start pulling more scriptures instead of just quoting them. If I could pull them, I'm going to pull them. Salaki. trying to get over real good. I'll slide. Bear with me. I'm trying to get over. Satan. This Psalms 83, it says, verse 1, it says, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh Shai, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh Shai. Right? And that's what the Lord's finna do, man. The Lord's gonna no longer be keeping his silence. What it means for the keep not thy, he telling, this is King David, this is Psalm of David. He's saying, the Lord, don't keep not thy silence, man. You know what I'm saying? What that means is the Lord finna get ready to act. You know, we're in those times where the Lord is not finna keep his silence. He's not finna hold his peace no more. He's not finna hold still. He's not finna be still anymore. He's finna start acting upon those things that he's had his prophets out here proclaiming. You know? But this is verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Right? And that's what you see that done happen, man. That's why we in the predicament we in. Largely because of our disobedience, though, as it speaks about in Deuteronomy 28. But it says, they have taken a crafty counsel. Who are they? The enemies of the nation of Israel. You heathen nations, starting with the top of you heathens, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, man. So when this truth was brought out, starting with our Elder Abba Bivens and being continued on down through the Elder Apostles of GMS Dallas. My bad, it's like the Elder Apostles of GMS. You know, starting with Apostles all on down, was continued through him, through those men, because these other camps are not pushing that doctrine. Continued through those men. Esau got scared because it started. This truth started to govern the minds of those men, you know, where now you have men popping up across the four corners of the earth, and the scriptures speak about this truth springing up, you know. This is Revelations 11, verse 11. It says, and after 3 days and a half, which is what, that 350-year period of us being dead bones, pretty much, of being without the understanding of these scriptures, slavery, you know. So after 3 days and a half, which from 1619 to early 1970s, late 1960s, man. You know, it's that 350-year period. After 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh Shai entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Who was them? Well, chiefly, it's the great fear fell upon Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Because we will receive and come back to the obedience of the scriptures and receive his understanding in his captivity. So now your slaves are over here bucking up against you. You know what I'm saying? They're not scared of you no more. They're remembering their power that you paid top dollar to make them forget their power, as we read in Psalms 83. Trying to keep the understanding, the wisdom and the understanding, trying to keep the friction between the Lord's people and the Lord and his people. That was the World Economic, you know what, meeting. That was a Davos meeting about what their plans are for the world. Was their chief plan is what? To not make Israel in remembrance. But we came back to the obedience of the scriptures, man, and that's why you have this woman coming out saying, and of course it's the so-called black woman. Her and Esau are like Shaq and Kobe, man. But you know, of course you have it coming out that the First Amendment cripples the government. Why? Because the First Amendment allowed this truth to be poured through the four corners of the earth. Now, could the Lord did it any other way? He could have. But he had Esau pass a law where you could push forth free speech. Because the Lord controls both sides of the spectrum. The Lord didn't need Esau's First Amendment. But that's how he wrote it. He added that, hey, Esau gonna have a First Amendment where you can speak anything, say anything. It's gonna go across the four corners of the earth. I'm gonna have Esau create the unicorn, the internet, you know? So that's how the Lord had it. And now Esau, he's been he's getting bent in the ass with it. He's like, fuck, man. We got to figure out how to stop these men. Why? Because they're changing their minds. And then on top of that, what does Scripture say, man? I'm going to pull it real quick. This is the true threat to Esau Edom, man. This is the true threat. Because the threat is not you niggas trying to uprise. You trying to establish your own way of deliverance. The true threat is pushing forth this word. Pushing forth this message of Yahweh Shai and watching him work. Watching him work, man. Simply by us teaching his word is bringing down his kingdom. But let me pull it. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse. Salakia. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4. It's like in chapter 10 verse 4. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Bahashim Shai, bringing down strongholds." You see? What's the weapon though? What's the mighty weapon? This word. Verse 5, casting down imaginations, every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Shai, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, man. So this word, as the scripture says, is sharper than any two-edged sword. This is what's wounding Esau, man. So he's trying to get rid of it, man. He's trying to stop it. But at the end of the day, it's all prophecy, because the Lord prophesied. He has it documented in the scriptures that there will be a famine of the word. There'll be a time where this word will no longer be being taught, man. You know, and we're gonna pull that. We're gonna pull that. And this will be the last scriptures, man. Last scripture. So like I got allergies. I'm trying to fight it. It's the decrepit bodies. But this is Amos chapter 8 verse 11. It said, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor for a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." Hearing the words of Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. And what is that? And what's so devastating about that? We're pursuing the 2 Timothy 3. The words of the Lord, the understanding of these scriptures is what makes you wise, which could, as Apostle Bar, you know what I'm saying, said, or I was watching the sit down, you're supposed to learn this word, teach it, understand it, and apply it. And that could lead to your salvation. But if you don't have nobody teaching you this word so where you can learn it, showing you an example on how to initiate it in day-to-day life, then how can you receive salvation? You're not going to be able to do those things, man. Because those men are not out teaching and doing that anymore. Now they're just walking in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, and only one can see is the angels, man. You know? But that the Lord will send a famine, and this is a display. This is a stage being set for the famine. Because you already had that TikTok ban stuff. I forgot it's called like Dark Horse or something Horse, which was a way for Esau to find a way to cut off any other apps. Bottom line, it was a way for him to find a way to cut off the truth if he feel like it's, because they already call us the E word, extreme, you know what. So, hey. So yeah, man, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm gonna finish the scripture out. It's verse 12, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east, and run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it." And that's when the men of the Lord are going to be precious, man, because they're going to have that understanding and that knowledge to allow them to endure the times, which is going to result in them receiving salvation, man. So Lord willing, this is edifying with the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Shai, and feed you lemon sheep of Yahweh Bahashim Shai, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Call law, Yahweh Bahashim Shai, Bahashim Achak Kodash. Making the honor to the apostle, Eddie Great Millstone, to y'all, man. I'm saying shalom.